Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. So, y'all know I don't normally come on here looking busted. Y'all know when I normally come on, my life is together, my hair is together, my lashes are together, my nails are together. But I decided that I was going to jump on real quick and you guys can keep me company as I do some crafting. So, inside joke, I absolutely am not artistic whatsoever, okay? What I am is intelligent and I can follow instructions. So if I am shown how to do something, if somebody shows me one good time, one good YouTube channel, then I'm good to go. And right now I'm doing some crafting for my friend. We're having a party next weekend and I'm getting it together. So I figured that I would use this chance to get on live and talk to y'all while I handle my crafting business. So, let me tell y'all, I want to tell you a little bit about my party that was on Saturday. So, for those who wasn't invited, no disrespect, or for those who could not come, I'm sure you must have seen some of the videos and the reposts and all this stuff. And this is not in an effort to boast. This is not in an effort to show off, but it's in an effort to talk to you guys about the importance of partnership. The importance of partnership. So, oh, thank you, Nadine. Nadine says always look good. You don't even want to see what this week looked like. So my husband has been getting a whole lot of kudos. Like, yo, bro, you bought your wife a range. Yo, bro, I didn't know you was doing it like that. Blah, 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 blah. I've been getting a lot of props. Yo, you married the right one. Oh, he got you the big boy, blah, blah, blah. Let me explain something to y'all, and I'm going to explain it to you transparently because I'm passionate about being transparent. I've shared this story about me before, so I don't mind sharing it again. Before I was with my husband, when he was just my boyfriend, and I was not confident in purchasing a home with just a boyfriend, I felt more confident in purchasing a home with a fiance or a husband. I was just nervous, I'm like, I don't know if that's something that I wanted to do. So I decided I was going to purchase a home on my own, right? And not with my boyfriend, which is now my husband, right? I actually had a conversation with my old school West Indian mother who said, hey, why don't you buy a house with Andrew? I'm like, he's just a boyfriend. I'm not really confident about that. Now, with the salary that I was making, I was not in a position to purchase a home in Brooklyn, New York. Just could not do it. It was not an option, right? The homes and what they are for Brooklyn and New York does not match my single salary. So my next best option was to go as closest to New York as possible. And if you're from New York, you know that right above the Bronx, right, which is our most northern borough, is Yonkers. That's where DMX is from, for those who don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So if you're not from New York, the most north, well, I guess the most south to New York, the closest to New York would be Yonkers. And I knew that I lived in New York. I knew my business was in New York. I know my family's in New York. I didn't want to leave New York. So my only option to be able to afford a home on my own would be for me to purchase a home in Yonkers. So that's what I began to do, right? I began to do the process, go through all the pre-approvals and all that kind of stuff in order to get me a home in Yonkers. Now, there was a whole lot of complications why I ended up not getting that house, right? And I guess everything happens for a reason, and this is why we thank God. Because by the time that I was just about to close in the house or on the house in Yonkers that I really didn't want, but I wanted a house, and so guess what? You're going to take what you could get with your single salary. By the time I was ready to close, there were some issues where the tenants moved out. There was more damage on the home than how I agreed initially when we signed the contract. I said, I'm not closing, right? On this house with these damages that I did not agree to, and nobody's going to pay for it. So F that. I'm not doing it. By that time, now my boyfriend was like almost a fiance. Now, normally, you know me, I'm not crazy about potential, but he was almost a fiance. So again, my mother said, why don't you buy a house with Andrew? And I listened to her, because I listened to my mother because she's very, very wise. I listened to my mom and I said, hey, babe, would you be interested in buying a house together in Brooklyn? And he said, yes. So I jumped out the window with Andrew Wellington and we began the process of looking for a home together. Before we even closed, before we even had a realtor, the ring was on the finger. We were engaged. It made me feel more confident. We moved on. We purchased the house last year, as you guys know. I could not have afforded the home that I live in Brooklyn were it not for my mother. Oh, shit. I messed it up. If it were not, I read somebody else's comment. Thank you, official pink pharmacist, for ruining that for me. I could not afford the home that I live in now were it not for my husband. He could not afford the home that we live in now if it were not for me. The come up that we've experienced is as a result of us being together. I have come up because we are together. He has come up because we are together. If it had not been for him and his additional salary on the loan, then I would be in Yonkers, or I would be in my 1-bedroom apartment still in Borough Park. I'm really losing it. I'm tired, y'all. You know I don't really go on this late. If it were not for me and my desire to purchase a home, then my husband would probably be in his poppin' studio apartment in Harlem that had a wall full of sneakers on it, because that's the bachelor lifestyle, right? I have come up in terms of my finances because of Andrew Wellington. And not because he's blown a bag, but because of the idea and the sanctity of partnership. He has come up, not because I've thrown a bag, but because of the idea and the sanctity of partnership. I would not be where I am were it not for Andrew Wellington. Andrew Wellington would not be where he is now if it were not for me. He's in the other room. I don't think he's going to mind me saying, when he went to go purchase his car for his birthday, which was his truck, June 15th. I think he might have bought it like a day or two before his birthday. It was time to get it insured. My man's had more than one accident in his lifetime, right? He called me. His intention was to get his own insurance. He called me. He said, babe, I don't know the exact words, something along the lines of, can I get on your insurance? Of course. Of course. You're my husband. Of course. Here, babe. Here's a picture of my ID card, my insurance card. Here's our person. It's Allstate. It's Carmen. Here's her number. Get it done. And as a result of going under my insurance, I've been insured for 14 years. One accident that didn't go under the insurance. He was able to get an outrageous rate, and he was super excited, and he was able to save so much money because the quote that they gave him was outrageous. Partnership. Where he lacked in regards to the insurance piece, I was able to pick up on, and vice versa. This is the beauty of partnership. This is the beauty of making sure that you're with someone who has the same goals that you have. This is the beauty of being with someone who wants to see you happy. If my husband came home and didn't get the truck because of insurance, because the insurance was outrageous, his 35th birthday would have been ruined. He would have been sad. Now I'm sad because he's sad and everybody's sad. But because he could rely on me, with me being insured for so long with no accidents on my stuff, he was good to go. This is partnership. So yes, I posted 1,000 times every angle you can imagine of this guy purchasing this vehicle for me. The big boy, right? 2021, white, everything I wanted. But at the end of the day, had it not been for me and us being together, neither one of us could afford the lifestyle that we have. And don't get me wrong, we are nowhere near rich. There are so many more things that we want out of life. We want to invest in properties. We want to grow and develop. I am sending my kids to a historically black college or university, and I'm paying for it. So if there's something in the oven, I hope it's working. That means I got 18 years to figure out how I'm paying for 4 years of tuition for about 2 kids. And with inflation, only the Lord knows how much that's going to cost. But since I'm telling them where they're going, I'm going to pay for it. Because they're going to historically black college or university. So I'm going to pay for it, right? There's so many more things that we want. We are nowhere near rich. We are some hard-working people. i.e. why it's 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I'm on this live stream with y'all, working my brand, aligned with Allison, to teach and impart with y'all. At the same time, I'm doing this craft that I'm talking too much and I'm not crafting. Doing this craft, I'm helping my friend with her business, which will also help my other business, Wellington Event Rentals. We are some hardworking people. But if it... Andrew's so funny. He's putting all the deets of his insurance situation. So if you on his live stream right now, you're going to be able to read all of the deets of this insurance and all that good stuff. Point being, do not think, oh, Allison's so lucky. She's so lucky. Oh, Allison has a husband who loves her, and look how much money he spent on her for her 35th birthday. That might be what it seems like on the surface. And it's true. He do love me. And it's true. We spent some money. But that's not where it starts or where it ends. I would not be where I am today, financially, emotionally, that's for damn sure, were it not for him, and vice versa. And vice versa. And if there's anybody out there who believes that I don't need no man, and these bitches ain't it, and telling their friends that I'm good by myself, okay, you might be. Who am I to say? You might be good. You good. You don't need nobody. I didn't need nobody when I was in my 1-bedroom apartment in Borough Park neither. I didn't need nobody when I was driving my 2012 Infinity. I didn't need them, right? My car had gas. My hair was done. I didn't need them. But you can run this race of life alone, and you'll definitely finish the race. 2013, he said. There's a delay. You could run this race and you'll make it, right? You'll be relatively happy. You'll have some good friends. You'll do all that kind of good stuff. That's all good. Or you can run it with someone who's going to be your support, who's going to be your backbone, who's going to pick up when you're falling down. It's your choice. I'm telling you, and I've told you guys my process already. I've told you my story. I've told you what I've been through. I told you the time that I chose to waste. No one wasted my time. I'm a grown woman with a brain. And I continued in a relationship that did not serve me until I chose to leave it. I told you guys about my process. If you haven't been on my free training, I want you to click the link in my bio and tap on the first button. I tell my story there. Join my VIP list. Click the link in my bio. Scroll all the way to the bottom. I've told my story. I was wasting my time. I decided that I was going to take action. I wasn't going to waste my time anymore. I ended a relationship that wasn't serving me. I then began to work on myself because I was not easy to deal with either. And sometimes, yes, you are a bitch. Yes, you are an asshole. Yes, you are an F-boy. Yes, people just don't want to be around you because you are not nice or kind or warm or loving or affectionate or masculine or feminine or whatever. So I worked on becoming a better version of me, not in an effort to attract the right mates, but in an effort to be a better Allison. Who doesn't want to be a better Allison? Who doesn't want to be a better Ornisha? Who doesn't want to be a better Lily? Who doesn't want to be a better Taj? Who doesn't want to be a better Andrew? I'm just scrolling because everybody could get it, right? Who doesn't want to be a better Cheryl? Who doesn't want to be a better Lau? Who doesn't want to be a better Danny? Just saying. Don't you want to be better? And then whatever then falls into your lap as a result of becoming a better version of you, you win. You get promotions. You're healthier. Your skin is clearer. Your edges are coming back. Your finances are tighter. You have less debt. You have more pride because your credit score is going up. Work on becoming a better version of you. And then once you've worked on becoming a better version of you, the type of person that the man or woman that you say that you deserve would want, because you say you want all these things. You say he has to have this and this and this and this. Would he want you the way that you present right now? Would she want you the way that you present right now? And not the way I'm presenting, because like I said, my hair's always done. I never come on live looking like this, but the message, it just came to me. The spirit came to me. I had to talk to y'all, right? Would they want you the way that you are? The fact that you're unhappy with your job and every day you come home with an attitude. The fact that you're not making enough money and so you're scraping along, making ends meet, and then having an attitude every Friday after all your pay is gone. Or you waste money by going into the club and buying bottles and popping bottles with friends that ain't even your real friends. Or you're buying bags that you can't afford. Or you're going on trips that you can't afford and your finances are a mess. Who wants to be with that? Who? Somebody that hates what they look like. Somebody that never takes action to do the things that they say that they're going to do. Work on you to become a better version of you. And by default, you are going to attract better for your life, including a mate, including a job, including your health, including whatever. Invest in you to become a better version of you. Once you've done that, and that was my process of becoming a better version of me, then I began to get into alignment with what God wanted for me, which was a family. And one that was legally binding. That doesn't have to be your story. That's my story. Doesn't have to be your desire. That's my desire. But now I'm in alignment. I'm behaving like a person who deserves the things that I say that I want. Look at that. It's not rocket science. You diet, you exercise, you lose weight. If you are behaving like a person who wants to lose weight, minus hormonal stuff, please keep that for yourself tonight, right? You're behaving like a person who wants to lose weight. What do? You diet, you exercise, you stop drinking soda, you're drinking water, you're running with your friends, you're doing whatever, you're doing your crunches, you're not eating cookies, you're not eating cake, you're not eating ice cream. I'm talking to myself, right? You're in alignment, you're doing the behaviors of someone who wants an end result. You will get that end result. You will. But you can't behave one way, pray to God for something else, and then be surprised when you don't get what you want. Oh, Andrew loves Allison so much. Oh, he spent so much money. Look at how nice that was. Yeah, because it's in alignment with the behavior that I've been exhibiting. Because it's in alignment of the contribution that I've offered to him as his life partner. You got to get in alignment. And getting in alignment doesn't mean you have to align with Allison. Maybe I'm not the person for you, and that's A-okay. I have a tough love approach. This is the Brooklyn in me. This is the Caribbean in me. That's my approach. You may need somebody who's a little bit more cuddly. You might need a little bit more hand-holding, right? It doesn't have to be me. But if you have been on this earth for 32 years, 35 years, 37 years, 39 years, 50 years, 54 years, and you say that you want a partnership, and you haven't figured out the methodology to get to what you want, you need to consider to hire somebody. It ain't gotta be me. You gotta hire somebody. Just like anything else. If there's anything else that you really wanted to lose weight for your 40th birthday party, you really wanted to pass an exam that you failed 3 times, how many times you gonna fail the exam until you hire a tutor? So this idea of, I love to just fall into my lap, it doesn't work like that. And clearly you don't have the answer. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just being honest. You failed the test mad times. Clearly you don't have the answer. You need a tutor. You failed relationships time and time and time again. Clearly you don't have the answer. You need something. It don't have to be Allison. It doesn't have to be a coach. Maybe it's a counselor. It doesn't have to be a counselor. Maybe it's a therapist. But if you're not investing in yourself to get towards the supposed goal that you say you have, then you don't have that goal. You're not for real. That's like me when I say that I want to get rid of my cellulite. I say that all the time. And this phone is propped up on an empty container of cookies because I ate them. I'm not serious. I had 2 bottles of water today. I'm supposed to be drinking how many? 8 glasses. I'm not serious. You're not serious. And that's okay. Well, then shut your mouth about what you say that you want. You don't really want a family. You don't really want to be married. You don't really want to have a 2-parent household for your children. You say that because that's what's popular, right? But you're not willing to put in the work. You're not willing to be reflective to say, well, what is it about me that makes dating me so difficult? What is it about me that's causing me to choose the same kind of terrible human beings over and over again? Suppose terrible. Because that I would challenge too, by the way, if we work together. How bad are they? Really? Right? Everybody's a devil except for you. When are you going to talk about the way that my parents raised me was problematic? When are you going to talk about the absence of my mother or the absence of my father has caused me to have some trust issues which negatively impact my romantic relationships? And maybe I self-sabotage. When are you going to do that? Or you just going to keep saying it's everybody else but it's you? That's what you're going to do? Or you're going to lie to yourself and you're going to say, nah, I could do bad by myself. You can, but you can also do good with somebody else. I.e., me. Doing good. The best ever. The best ever. And it's not because we're wealthy people. We work mad hard and we want what's best for each other. That's it. That's it. So if you are serious, if you are really serious about meeting your relationship goals, you need to invest in yourself. Whatever that investment might look like. And again, it doesn't have to be aligned with Allison. It can be anyone who you think is an appropriate match for you. But as long as you claim that this is what you want and you realize that you've been on this earth 35, 37, 39, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, whatever, and you haven't gotten it, then I went to math class and I learned about common denominators. That's what I learned about. I learned about common denominators. And maybe the common denominator might be you. How long are you going to lie to yourself and say, I don't want a partner. I could do it by myself. I don't need nobody. You don't need it. You're not lying. You're not lying. You're not lying to yourself. You're telling the truth. You don't need anyone, right? You need food, you need water, you need shelter. But how much more you know how much more enjoyable it is for me to drive down the block in this range compared to my 2013 Infiniti? I got on the highway once so far. It's only been a couple days, right? 2 days, 3 days. I went on the highway in the Bronx. Everybody got out the way. For one of two reasons. Either they're afraid to hit the car because they don't want to have their insurance go up, or they see a big vehicle and they just like stop and just let me through. I'm getting nods. I feel good. I have pride. I'm proud. See this kitchen? Let me touch this fridge. Y'all see my fridge? What it do? There you go. Right? I'm proud to have my friends come over. And this is the result of partnership. Not Andrew Wellington, who just came and said, right? Not me, who just came and said, psh, right? It was his psh and my psh who came together, who has us in a position where we are feeling good about ourselves. We're feeling accomplished with ourselves. Started a new business together. We could talk about businesses and couples in another day. Right? That's another stream of income, another opportunity, because somebody got to pay off this truck. Somebody got to pay off this mortgage in 14 and a half years. We're not doing it in 30 years, right? We're making 2 extra payments a year. That's going to shave our mortgage in half. Shout out to EYL for that, right? Somebody got to pay for these kids to go to HBCUs because they're going. They don't have a choice. And then after they graduate, if they want to like do nails or be a musician, that's their business. But I need them to experience what I'm lacking. I'm living vicariously through them, and that's all right. Somebody got to pay for it, and I'm not doing it on my own. Y'all heard me? I'm not doing it on my own. My mother did it on her own. She worked 2 full-time jobs from the age when I was from 13 to 18, and I don't remember her. I don't remember my mother. I don't remember seeing her from the age of 13 to 18. I don't remember her. She came home. She had an attitude every day. You know why? Because she was tired. I'm not doing it on my own. If you want to do it on your own, you can do it on your own. I'm not doing it on my own. Andrew Wellington, who's back there half listening to me, half playing video games, is doing it with me. And I don't know how many of y'all parents did it on their own. And I did not like my mother. Because every time that she came home and I saw her for a few minutes a day, she was yelling about somebody who didn't take out the garbage or who didn't wash the dishes and have no respect. And look at the state of this house and every other Caribbean expression. You don't hear, you feel, and everything else. I don't know about y'all. I'm not doing that. I'm not being a single mother. I'm not struggling. I'm not working 2 jobs. I work as hard as I work because I enjoy it. But when I'm done, I'm done. I'm not doing that. And you shouldn't have to do it either. And if you feel like this is something that you have to do, right, then you fooled yourself. And I'm telling you, stop lying to yourself. And I'm telling you, you do have the ability to find the partner you deserve, so you don't have to go through life by yourself. But you got to take action. Stop complaining. Stop telling your friends that, ooh, y'all got me emotional today, I'm about to start cursing. Stop telling your friends that niggas ain't shit. Stop telling your friends that bitches ain't shit. And start saying, I ain't shit, and I need to get my shit together. And if that means that I need to pay somebody to help me be reflective and learn from my mistakes so I can become a better person, so I can attract the right person, so my life can be easier, so that my children don't have to heal from the traumas of childhood. My sister, my oldest sister, became my pseudo mother because, again, I don't remember my mom. For 5 years, she worked 2 jobs in order to purchase the house that she has now in Currency. I don't remember her. So then my sister had to step up. That's not fair to my sister. Why should she miss out on her teenage years of her having fun and running these streets because she has to be a pseudo mother, because my mother is here working 2 jobs, because my father is with eventually his new wife buying a house in Florida in a Lexus. I want to be in a Lexus. I want to be in a new house, but that ain't happened. You deserve more. Your children deserve more. Our community deserves more. You got to do better. Stop with the excuses and make it happen. And if you can't do it on your own, find someone who can help you to change your behaviors, to teach you how to navigate the dating scene, to teach you how to find the red flags, to teach you what questions to ask, to give you and empower you on when to leave a relationship that doesn't serve you, when to end a situationship that doesn't serve you. Pay somebody because you're cheap, and that's your problem. And you're denying yourself the opportunity to have the kind of support and the kind of lifestyle that you deserve. You're denying yourself. It's not the dudes. It's not the chicks. Oh, every chick out here been ran through. You and your crew are part of the running through. Stop running through. Teach these young boys in the block, stop running through. Teach your son, stop running through. Show your children what a 2-parent household looks like. When a mother doesn't have an attitude all the time because she's tired. When a father doesn't have an attitude all the time because he has to take half his paycheck to pay child support and the other half to pay for himself. If he had lived in the same house, he wouldn't have that problem. You be the change that you want to see. Change. Be better. Get the lifestyle that you want. Stop looking at people on Instagram and saying, oh, wow, I wish. Make it happen for yourself. Stop with the excuses. Stop with lying to yourself. Take action. I gotta get back to crafting. I was supposed to be crafting with y'all, and then I got distracted, and then y'all got me emotional. I don't like that because I'm a thug. I'm from Brooklyn. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I got mad work to do, and Paris is gonna kill me if I don't get these things to her. So I gotta get back to my crafting life. I'm gonna save this live stream. Is anybody else who wants to watch it? Anybody else who wants to share with a friend? Yeah, Nancy, I'm gonna save this live. I'm gonna save it. RDC says most people don't plan to break up or separate. They don't. Who does? Right? Move on. Click the link in my bio. Scroll down to the free resources section. Download the free ebook. Learn how to move on. You deserve it. Okay? All right, folks. Gotta go. Adios.